Hello, ladies and gents. This update is going to be different from all the others because there wasn't enough things happening to warrant a normal 1 hour episode because I'm simply trying to rebuild, and 90% of what I'm doing is just crafting. We're staying right at the outpost and we're trying to get our new recruits armor and weapons, and we're having to update some things to keep up with the current plan. So what you're going to see after this is a series of small updates, some as small as perhaps 15 seconds, some several minutes long, but they're all mashed together. It's going to be a little disconjointed. It's going to be time jumping, but they're basically just little updates as I was playing over many, many, many hours and just recording some little small pieces of the gameplay in order to give you an idea of where I'm at that point in time. So that's what you're going to see for this week's update. Ciao. On day 769, we set out with Ferdinand and Tiny full of stuff to sell. We're now back up to 162,000 cats. I've just hit both the hub, the Rebel base, Squin, Stack. We're now on our way to Bad Teeth. I've still got a little bit to sell, but so far I haven't found anybody to recruit. So we're going to continue. We're going to go through Bad Teeth and then run up to Blister Hill and then come back again. And hopefully we'll be able to find some recruits, but so far no luck. I'll catch back up with you later. Moo runs for mile after mile with Tiny and Ferdinand in tow. We still have not found any recruits. It's starting to look bleak for us. On day 770, I got a pop-out that I don't know that I've seen before, a pop-up. It said Elite Hunter Assault. I think maybe I have seen this before, but there's an Elite Hunter Assault on the way to my outpost. And we are really, really weak. We don't have proper armor. We don't have proper weapons. I've got maybe 7 actual good fighters. So this is going to be very interesting. Once this arrives, I will pop the camera back here. But for now, we're still traveling with Moo, Ferdinand, and Tiny. Still in search of recruits. We can't seem to find any. I'm going to try. I've made it to Way Station, Squin, the hub. Went through all of the towns in Holy Nation, and then we're coming back the same route. And once I get to this Way Station, if I don't find anything, we're going to head over to Admag and possibly the Last Stand, because we're not finding any recruits at all. I'll catch up with you when that Elite Hunter group, whatever it is, shows up for us. This is the same story. Tavern after tavern, bar after bar. 0 patrons, 0 people inside to recruit. I don't know what the deal is, but it's like there's just no one available for recruiting. It's a sad, sad time. In what I consider an interesting turn of events, it seems like this raid is coming from the west, which is Shek territory, which I find to be very odd. I first saw them, they were coming down this riverbed here. They're going to come past the Berserk village and straight to my outpost. We did get our travel crew back. I think I'll pick up when they get into the town. All right, the raid has arrived on day 771. They are right here. Let's see what they do. All right, found you. Elite Hunter Assault has arrived at your outpost. I had Hobbs lying down because he got in a fight with some animals and he needed, as long as I'm getting paid, a fat sack of cats. That ain't happening. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Seems like there's only 4 of them. Yeah, there's only 4 of them. They've got really good stats, though. He's the leader. Fall. Let's see what happens. I need to have everybody stop their job and come over here and do some combat. Including Tiny and Ferdinand. Because we've got a lot of characters that don't have armor and proper weapons. I'm going to speed it up to medium speed at least. I think these seven right here, from Jennifer to Joe, are going to be either those are going to be the ones that make us or break us. Where is Joe? Right there. We've already got 5 characters down. 6. Yep. 5 there and 1 here. Moo's helping Sandy. Looks like Tiny and Ferdy. Ferdy's already down. Okay, Sandy and Gecko are popping at long range. Let's see if we can get them in a little closer. And Ruth. Come around here, Ruth. They're really the only 3 archers I have left. Jinsai is in the archer squad, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't have a bow of any kind. Who is this guy? All right, this is the leader. It used to say Fall. I guess Fall went down. Now it's Ice is the leader. Who's this fella? This is Fall. I don't know how it switched from leader to leader. But it looks like we're going to win, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 went down. All right, this is just cleanup. I'm going to put it on fast forward. I did make sure that everybody, all the new people do have med kits, but we've got to get them repaired or bandaged up and back in beds. I don't know how often that comes around. You know what? Let's fight this. I want to see what they got on them. Because Ferdinand went down again. All right, come check this guy, Joe. Aha, a Model Edge 3. I will take that. That's only high grade. Where's another one? Definitely want that Edge 3. Well, let's see what Ice had on him. Edge 2? Oh, we do want that. Okay, there is this, who are we fighting here? This guy. All right, he's down. Is that Gecko? That's a regular. We don't want that. All right, where's the 4th one? Over here somewhere, maybe? No, that's Ice. He's playing dead. Where is the 4th one? I want to see what... He was way over here, I do believe. I guess he got up and ran over in this direction. Is that him right there? Yep. Oh, Jinsai. Come back to Joe. That's a mark. We don't want that. All right, I think that's 3. Where's the 4th one? Did I just click on 4 or only click on 3? War leader. Fall. Let's see what he's the guy that had the good one. 1, 2, 3. All right, I did click on 4. Okay, everybody just do your own thing now. Well, we're going to put everybody in bed that needs to be in a bed. Put everybody back on jobs that need to be on jobs. And I'll pick up at a future time. This is day 771. Adios. Okay, we was able to get some more recruits in AdMag. We have Bean Hop Shelly, Oren, Jelly, and Sticky. These are all new people. And I've had to expand the hemp farms greatly. We now have 15 because we've got extra people. We've got both armor smithies running, and we've got both weapon smithies running, and we've got these 2 crafting bench for the chain armor, black and chainmail. So that's 6, and we're using a lot of storage, some fabrics. So I had to greatly expand our hemp farms. Let me turn Moo back on. I just expanded them again, so I'd turn Moo off so we'd have extra hemp to build the farms. But we're slowly but surely getting there. We still have a lot. Everybody has Hobbs and Sticky are going to be martial artists, but everybody else has at least a level 1 edge type 1 combat cleaver and guardless katana. We still have a lot of armor to do, though. This is my current update. Check back in later. We're all running back from the Okran area, the Holy Nation area. I ran across a slave. I unlocked his shackles, and he followed us until we got to the hub, and now he's asking to talk to us. So he says, did we make it? Are we safe now? I think we're going to be okay. We survived. Don't stop running, you fool. You catch it, whatever it was. Okay, I can't believe we made it. That was traumatic as hell, but I'm still alive at least. I don't ever want to see another prison cage in my life. What will you do now? Let's not. Now let's go our separate ways. Do you want to team up? That's what I want. Sure, we've been through hell together. I've just met him like 30 seconds ago. Okay, agreed. Let's go. All right, so we've had... I didn't find any recruits on this trip, but this guy has now agreed to join us. So that is another recruit we have. Let's see if there's anybody in here. There hasn't been anybody. No, just your typical riffraff and mercenaries. So now we're just going to take this new fella and we're going to head back to the... You can see there's some combat going on, but what has been happening is animals wandering by and or berserkers, you know, cross chosen, that type of stuff. It's not serious combat. This looks like a lot of... I was going to say goats. It is goats. All right. Let me make sure that all of these guys are running at the same speed. Get them together. And then we'll go take a look at what's going on down here. I don't think there's anything of a consequence. I do have a couple of people sleeping because they got beat up by berserkers over here. These guys. Looks like they've all got it and left except for the one that's dead. So Joe is now healed. Put him back on jobs. Let's see if anyone else was wounded while I was away. Yep, Ryoko was wounded in that battle with the berserkers, and he's still healing. Ribs is healing. Sticky is good to go. He can get up. Gecko is now wounded as well, so let's put Gecko down for just a bit. Sandy can get up, and Ruth can get up. Okay, in the meantime, we want the travel squad to continue coming down here. Ainu is ready to go. Gecko's ready to go, but I'm going to wait till he's at 100. Because he's doing crafting. And if they have damage, they don't get that 100%. Or if they are working in darkness, they don't get that 100%. That's why you always want to put lights. Why did you get up? Go lay back down. Ribs is like Ruka. Ribs is also a female. But I think Ribs and Ruka share the same AI package. Because she's always getting up and going to fight no matter how wounded she is. Like I said, we've had spider attacks and dog attacks but it just hasn't been something that I felt needed to be recorded. In fact, this is probably going to be, this is taking an awful long time. You can see it's up to day 784, but in terms of actually playing the game, I've been playing for hours and hours and hours and just getting, snippets here and there. You know what? I don't see. Where's Escaped Servant? Are you moving? You're stuck. Okay, hold on. Let me see what's going on with Escaped Servant. You can still move, but you need to. I don't know if. Okay, that's a dude. Let's see if he can make it without being. What is his run speed? 18. Yeah, he needs to build up his athletics a lot. I do believe he's probably, he's barefoot because he had on shackles. So I could put some sandals on him. But I think I'd rather just put, you know what? I don't want him running. I don't want him running through there. Let's go this way. All right. Don't want him getting involved in combat right there. All right, let's see what I can have him do that will make him run around a lot. You know what? I'm going to have him fill the water tanks. Although we may have... I've been gone a while, so let's see what kind of armor. It's all shoddy grade. Let me move him up to the regular squad. Let me move him there for now. And then move him up here. Because I want Hobbs and Sticky to be the last two because they're my new martial artists. So let's get these two guys over here since they're empty. Also, I've been able to sell, I'm now consistently making yellow, which is specialist grade, and they're, as you can see, 10,600 a pot. So I'm up to $500,000 already. And I don't think I'm going to sell anymore because that's enough money. I did buy a bunch of backpacks because I got a lot of crew here that needs backpacks. However, I'm trying to find a small thieves backpack, and I could only find one in all my travels. I can only find that one. So I'm going to give that to Hobbs. Just like Shrike and Stone had small thieves backpacks. We'll give that to him. And then I do want Jinsai to have, he's currently my cook. He's cooking food. But I want him to have a stacked backpack, the trader's backpack where items stacked, because he will be a bowman as what I believe. So he needs to be able to carry those stacks of bolts. And I've just got some more generic. There will be another one because that's only 4 range units, so I will need another one. So I'm going to throw, I think over here, I've got 2 people working on thievery or lockpicking skills, which is Beanhop and Shelly. That's their entire job is training. So if I can get them, I think this lockbox 3 would probably get them to 20. I don't really remember. But whatever they can be trained to, that's where they're going. In the meantime, I'm going to have Ferdinand come over here. And I'm going to throw this spare backpack, this trader's backpack in here. That'll be for the next ranged guy that I decide to put in the range squad. I just don't know who it is. I still want to get back to 5, which is what I always use. And then he's got 1 extra backpack. So let's see who doesn't have the large. Okay, we've got quite a few people don't have a large backpack. Who does? Okay, so Ryoko, I want you to come to Ferdinand and get the large backpack. Every large one I can find, I'm also buying, and they're short these days. Okay, speaking of which, Ribs, no, you still need sleep. Everybody else is good. Okay, well, again, we're just continuing. Let me empty out. We'll start with tiny. No, I'm not going to sell. I'm probably just going to melt all this stuff. This is all shoddy grade because the people that are doing what we need, although these two specialist grade, I can use them for now until I get masterwork. So I will keep the specialist grade until I've got everybody in something. No room, figures. All right, let's melt this stuff down. All right, that's everything. And I'm going to use Ferdinand next time because Ferdinand has more room. I've almost emptied him. Yeah, if it's shoddy grade, we're just going to delete it. We're going to melt it down. All right, everybody's got, well, with the exception of the new guy who just came up. I want you to come over here and get that edge 1 weapon. There's an edge 1. And I've got these edge 2s, but that's once everybody's got at least the edge 1, and I'm going to swap them out. And we'll give you that for now. All right, go back doing your job. Now let's go back and empty this out. I just want to make sure because this is a new day. Yeah, everybody's got edge 1 all the way down to, okay, except the new guy. All right, so I can melt all this stuff down. Edge 1 is no longer something I want to keep. Here's an edge 2. All right, all this is going to get melted. You can see I've got 500 iron here in case we run out of iron. I had to use that previously till I got all these. I kept pulling iron out of this to reuse because we absolutely ran out of iron. And I didn't have enough people to mine properly. But now we do. We've got plenty of iron. I do believe they're keeping the iron storage full. Let's take a gander. Not quite, because now that I've got 6 of these running that all require iron in one shape or another, whether it be the base iron or actual. By the way, now that I'm thinking about it, I've got someone else that is hauling water just because I wanted them to be running around a bunch. Let me find out who it is while they're not moving. Okay, so I can turn them off because I want this guy to be exclusively hauling water so he gets his athletic skill up. Okay, we'll get rid of ice hauling water. Ice. Now I've got, this is 15 farms, and if you get a character up to 90, they can handle 9. But they struggle at the level these guys are at. They were struggling to handle more than 4. So I believe I've got 4 people handling all this, with the last 2 only handling 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So they're both doubling up on this one. Ice. I don't even remember who the people are doing it, but I've got 4 people handling these 15 farms right now. You can see Ice is doing some. Who else is hauling water? I know someone else is hauling water. Let's get Ribs up. You're working the ore when there's nothing going on. I needed everybody working ore at one time. Still do. You were working copper because I created more lights and I needed more electronics. We're also starting to run out a lot more common of electricity, but I haven't created more wind towers yet. I did build another one of these and another one of these here, and I think over here. So I believe I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 new ore drills. So that was taking more electricity also. And of course, we've got all 6 of these machines running, and then I put in more lights. So we did need to have. Are you running water? No. You're working the stone mine when nothing else is going on. All right, Joe was hauling water. There we go. We'll get Joe off there. Anybody else hauling water? Chain armor, ore drill, bread oven, and water tank. We'll get rid of you also. Now, food, I've turned that off for every now and then for a little bit, but you can see we're really good on food. What is Jinsai's current cooking skill? 54, and he's got the bonus of 1.2. How is this looking? This is basically full. Everything is basically full, so he's doing a good job. We're keeping up with the fruit and the wheat straw. So Bataille and Jennifer. Bataille was a previous farming. He's at 94. Jennifer is new to farming, but she's already at 59. So she's working the wheat straw, and Bataille's working the green fruit. But here we've just got, as long as we have parts, which fabrics are the big issue here, as long as we have fabrics, we've got all 6 of these running. But when we don't have the individual fabrics, then you can see that people's, right now, this one is not being worked, and this one's not being worked out of resources. Okay, so we're waiting for armor plating. You know what? That just reminds me. I don't think I've got anybody building armor plating. I do not. All right. So we're going to have, I think we're going to have Joe working armor plating. These are full, so that means that Takei, all right, let's have you, all right, you work this first, plate beating station, which just takes raw ore, which we're gonna have a problem here shortly because it looks like we can't keep it full, so we're gonna even use more raw ore. Who else can have your training? Okay, let's have you work this plate beating station first, and then when you're out of ore, go train for lock picking. Shelly's in training. We're gonna have you do the same thing, work this plate beating station. Now, the side effect of having them work these side jobs, like here, the sheet metal fabrication, is it gives them skill in armor smithing. All right, what have we got going on over here? More berserkers? Yeah. Probably the same one because he was already wounded. Did you guys get hurt? You did, but I'm going to leave you here. If they get up and you fight again, you'll get better skill that way. All right, well, I'm going to end this little session here. I've probably got maybe 15 minutes worth of video, despite the hours that I've been playing, because this is, as I said, it just takes a long time to do all this, especially when you're getting these armor pieces up. Because, as you know, those blackened armor, $70 hours, 70 in-game hours just for one piece, and that is not a guarantee that it's going to come out a quality piece because we had to start from scratch because these guys didn't have any skills. Gecko was the only one that had inherent skill. He was the only guy left over from previously, and he has 92 and 92, both weapon and armor. Everybody else was new. They had zero, anywhere from 3 to 0 skills. Taking an awfully long time. I think I'm going to just upload a 15-minute video as an update because that's better than nothing, and because I've got also another game that I need, Supreme Ruler Alternate, where I'm at peace and not a lot is happening, so I'm just trying to get as much footage as I can while we're at peace and only showcasing the important things that I feel are important. But at any rate, I may just upload a 15-minute video if I can get 15 minutes out of this, and that'll be my the next update for this week. Adios.